Now, the systems that we have helped scale 7, 8, even 9-figure brands. So in this video, I'm gonna be going over 10 methods that e-commerce brands and we use to scale. As you can see, I'm gonna be ranking it in a tier list. And without talking too much, the first point is content. Now, I'm gonna put content, I'd say, in S tier. Now, the reason I put content in S tier is because a lot of these stuff down here, including your organic ads, right? Everything like that. So, and even your website, right? Content is gonna be a big part of it. And if you keep testing content and making good content, your ads, your organic, your website, they're all gonna work a lot better. And I think a big issue is a lot of e-commerce brands completely avoid making content, or they don't really focus heavily on it. They're too focused on other stuff. Now, we live in an attention economy, and content is what's scaling brands to these, massive 9-figure numbers or these massive billions, right? Content is really important. So having it just be something that comes second within your business is not really smart. I'd highly recommend getting a team for content, or getting influencers set up for content, or getting your customers to make your content, which I'm gonna get onto, but you need to find different methods. Make sure you focus on content, right? Now, the next one is organic, and this might be a bit surprising, but I'm probably gonna put in C tier. Now, apart from just keeping you top of mind when it comes to customers, I don't really see an advantage when it comes to organic. Now, in terms of scaling, right, because this is about scaling, it's not gonna help you scale as much as everything else on this list. I'm not gonna put in F tier. It's not bad, right? You get to actually test your content, right? You get to stay top of mind for your customer base, right? But other than that, that's it, right? Organic, I wouldn't put it above C, maybe B tier. You could argue B tier, but there's a lot of things here that's better than organic. Organic is just posting it to your Instagram, TikTok, stuff like that, right? But that goes to C tier. Now, the next one that I don't see anyone talking about is going to be customer marketing, and I'll put this somewhere between A and S. Now, I'm going to say S because, as I said, content is important, and what customer marketing is, right? It's a method that we use to get content, right? And even get 5-star reviews, right? I have a whole video on that. I'll probably put it somewhere up there. Customer marketing is reaching out to your customers, or some of your best customers. So people that have ordered from you 3 times, 4 times, maybe 5 times, right? And getting them to make your content. And if you have any customers that we like their content is really good, would even consider bringing them on board, right? Having them in the team, making constant content for us. E-commerce brands, they usually go after UGC creators, and that type of content turns out to not, be authentic. It doesn't look authentic. It doesn't feel authentic because it's just a random person, right? That they're getting paid, and you can clearly tell they're getting paid to, promote this, right? Whereas when it's your customer, it's someone that looks like your customer, speaks like your customer, acts like your customer, and they've actually bought from you willingly. So when they're making the content, it doesn't come across as salesy, or that they've been paid to say this about your product. Now, next one is CRO, and this again is going to go in S tier, right? CRO is probably, and it stands for conversion rate optimization, right? But CRO is probably the most important thing on this list, I would say. When I was talking about content making a lot of this other stuff more effective, CRO quite literally makes everything on this list more effective. I'm talking about SEO, your emails, your logs, anything that you see here, or any of these, right? Anything that brings traffic onto the website, CRO is going to make that more effective, right? So in terms of scaling, if there's something that moves the needle the most, it's probably optimizing your conversion rate. Instead of having 1% of people convert, if you have 2% of people convert, now you've doubled your sales, right? Now, what we aim to do is get to 3-4%, depending on the brand, even 5%, right? We've had it be as high as 10% with landing pages. There's a whole strategy behind that, but the whole point is, if you can get more people to convert by optimizing your website, right, by doing A/B testing, that's going to be the biggest needle mover over everything here. If there was a tier above S, right, or I could move these to A and put CRO at S, right, I'd probably do that. But these stuff are good as well, right? Content and customer marketing is good as well. But I'd say CRO is probably a level above everything on this list. If you get your CRO to be good, if you A/B test, get your conversion rate to 3-4, maybe 5%, right, your ads, the traffic you get from SEO, your organic traffic, your emails, right, they're all going to be converting at a higher rate, which means they're all going to be more effective. So if there's one thing that I'd like to take away from this video, is to go ahead and focus on CRO and optimize your conversion rate, right? Now, next thing is ads. I'll put that in A tier, right? The reason I'm not putting S tier, right? Ads are good, right? It's a brilliant way to bring traffic, targeted traffic, I should say, right? And people say it keeps going up in price, or the CPMs are higher now, whatever. Ads still work, right? Do not believe any of the BS that you hear about ads don't work anymore. All this, they're probably trying to sell you something, and that's why they're saying that. Whatever their alternative might be, I'm going to go ahead and say ads are brilliant, right? Brilliant way to bring traffic. And if you've got your content down, it's really easy to get successful ads as well. All you need to do is just test a bunch more content within your ads, and eventually you find something that works and just double down on it and just keep testing, right? So ads go into A tier, and landing pages are also going to go in A tier. And landing pages, we usually use it with ads. When we're showing ads to cold audience, we don't want to take them straight to a product page, right? It's not a smart idea. They're not aware of our product. They don't know what it's about. So just taking them straight to a product page, it's too salesy, and they're not going to respond well to it. So if you're running ads right now, cold ads, and people come to your website and just leave without buying, it's probably why. They don't know about your product. Why would you just show it to them and say, look, please buy from me? They don't know about it yet. Take them to a landing page. It's going to be like a blog, right? And inform them about the product. Give them a list of 5 things, blah, 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 whatever it might be. Just in a blog style landing page. And I'd say halfway through, you might be able to add a call to action there to take them to a product page after, they're somewhat interested and they learn about it a little bit. But if you're running cold ads, landing pages are a brilliant way to actually convert them. Maybe not then, but after they learn about your product through the blog, right? You can then retarget them. So you have another set of ads that retarget them, and that takes them to a product page. But before you do that, you need to take them to a landing page and get them familiar with your product, right? Get them familiar with your brand, to be honest. Now, next one is influencers, right? So influencer marketing, anything like that. I'll put it at B, right? Because as I said, just paying influencers to do it, right? It's not ideal. As I said, customers are going to be way better, and you technically make your own influencer. But influencers, they might not look like your ideal customer, right? They're not going to sound like your ideal customer. So when other potential customers see their content, it's just not convincing enough, right? And it doesn't work as well as having an actual customer that looks like your target customer, speaks like them, making content for you. So I think it's a level below customer marketing. If you already have customers, right, that have bought from you multiple times, especially, get in contact with them. I'd say that's more effective than getting an influencer, right, that hasn't bought from you, doesn't really care about your brand, just getting paid to do it. Now, this isn't to say influencer marketing is bad. We still have, with clients, we make affiliate programs, invite influencers to it, and they get commissions, per sale they get from their page, and we get content from them, and we can run it ads through their page, right? So it's still good in that way, but even then, we prefer finding people, right? So we get a list of people that haven't promoted things before, and then we do it with them, compared to just getting an influencer that's promoted 100 different products and then with 101th one. We don't want that, right? Influencer marketing, I would say, is between A and B, but I feel more comfortable with it being in B. So yeah. Now SEO, I'm gonna put it in B, and not necessarily because it's bad, but because of it depends on what stage you're at, right? So what I mean by this is, even if you're at 7 figures or 8 figures, I just think and believe that you could put your resources at that point somewhere better, like any of these things above: ads, CRO, customer marketing, and content, because they'll give you quicker results and usually better results, right? And when you're a smaller brand, so if you're at 7, even 8 figures sometimes, you want that quicker return and bigger return. Now, if you're a 9-figure brand, right, and you're massive, and at that point you're probably one of the biggest players within your space, then it makes sense to invest into SEO, right? It's going to be slower returns, it's going to take time, so you're going to need to be able to throw money at it without expecting anything in return. But within the long run, investing in SEO at that point is going to keep you a step above your competitors. So if you're already a big player within the space, and I'm talking, probably top 5, top 10, then it makes sense to invest in SEO. But before that, I just don't see the point, to be honest, right? You still can, but I just think investing in CRO, customer marketing, getting content made, right? Investing into ads is going to be a lot better. But yeah, as I said, I'm not putting SEO in B tier because it's bad. I just think a lot of people watching this video, they'll be better off, putting their focus and resources and money into the stuff above it, right? But if you're a really massive brand and you're seeing this, I would recommend SEO, but only if you're high-end, 8 figures, 9 figures, right? One of the biggest players in your space, then it makes sense to invest into SEO. Now, second to last one is going to be emails, and I will put emails, again, it's going to be between A and S, but I'd probably put an S, right? If we're combining email flows and email campaigns, it's going to go to S. If it was just email campaigns or just email flows, I'd probably put in A. But as you could, with emails, you can do flows and you can do campaigns, then it definitely goes into S tier. So setting up your flows and being able to, get customers to come back to your store if they've abandoned their cart, right? If they sign up to your website, being able to send them a welcome email, being able to market to them, post-purchase, right? And trying to upsell them, whatever. Flows are great. Same with email campaigns, where, you're going to be able to email them whenever you want, nurture them, which again, that's going to make a lot of your other stuff more effective, even your ads, because it's going to keep you top of mind. So same with the content, right? Or the organic, I should say. So combine flows and sending out campaigns. Emails is definitely S tier. Again, I'll probably put this between A and S, but I'd say it takes the edge when it comes to, you know, being an S tier. So the amount of money that brands leave on the table by not setting flows up is crazy, right? You can make 25, 30, even 40% of your revenue just from flows and campaigns. So don't sleep on emails. Now, last one, which I don't see people actually using. I don't think enough brands use this, but it's loyalty programs, right? I'm going to go ahead and put this in. Again, it's really tough between these sort of stuff, right? I'm going to put in A tier. There's a lot in S tier already, and I think loyalty programs are good, but S tier good, is it as important as CRO, emails, content, cost? I'm not sure, right? I don't think it's as important, but it does give you the edge. If you have a customer that's bought from you multiple times and you have a competitor, right? Let's say the 5th time, instead of going to your competitor, they'll come to you because they have points with you, or maybe they're going to get a free thing this time, right? They've built up the points, whatever, with you. So they're going to come to you. So it gives you that slight edge, especially if you're a bigger brand. Now, the reason I put in A tier is because maybe if you're a smaller brand, I'm not sure if that edge is going to be as important, but obviously for big, you know, big companies, I'd say, not just e-commerce brands, but let's say Costa, right? Obviously they have like Starbucks as their competitor, stuff like that. So they have loads of programs, and it's really important at that point, because that might just be what gives you the slight edge to get customers used to you over your competitor, right? As a smaller brand, I'd say it's still good to have, right? Is it going to be as effective? I'd probably say no, right? But it's still brilliant to have. And to be honest, everything on this list, I'd say is worth doing, right? Even SEO, even organic, you know, even influencer marketing, as I said, it's just what you should focus on more. And as I said, some of these stuff down here, like SEO, they're not down there because they're bad. It's just, it's not worth focusing on, especially if you're a smaller brand, right? But everything on here is worth doing eventually, right? But if you want to scale exponentially, right? And you're probably at 7, maybe 8 figures, you know, focus on your content, getting customers to make videos for you. Definitely focus on your CRO. As I said, I'd probably put that above S tier, like S tier plus, right? Focus on your emails, right? Is what's going to move the needle the most. And after that, your ads obviously have to be good to bring traffic in, have landing pages, have a loyalty program, right? And obviously below that, you've got influencer marketing, SEO, organic, right? They're not going to move the needle as much, but especially organic, I'd say it's important to have just for social proof, right? But yeah, guys, that's it for this video. But this is just a tier list, kind of showing you, you know, maybe you can rethink, what am I focusing on right now, and what can I focus on from, you know, this point on, right? If you're focused on SEO right now, for example, I'd say, right, based on my recommendation, it would be a great idea to take your resources out of SEO, or stop investing as much into SEO, and take that money and put it into CRO, right? It's going to make your SEO even more effective, because SEO brings in the traffic, but if your website doesn't convert as much as it should, all that traffic, you're not going to get as much sales as you can from that traffic. But if you focus on CRO, get a conversion rate as high as possible, even your SEO is going to be more effective. So as I said, the point of making this video was hopefully to help you guys out, right? Hopefully you can now see maybe, okay, maybe I'm focused on the wrong things. I need to focus on these to scale. And yeah, and talking about CRO, on the right, you'll see a video about simple changes that you can make that will make people instantly buy. So if you want to see how you can improve your product page to get more people to buy, aka improving your conversion rate, make sure to go check out. But that's it for this video, and I'll catch you guys next time.